Hiya folks, and welcome to another video where we're going to be using the Cosori TwinFry dual blaze for cooking what?
Christmas dinner.
A Christmas dinner. We hope to do a whole Christmas dinner. The roast potatoes, the turkey, the parsnips, all that sort of stuff in it, Sharon. Yeah, the pigs in blankets, the Yorkshire puddings. What else, Sharon? Stuffing balls. That's the other thing as well. All hopefully using this large grand zone in the Cosori. You can put the tray in and use the two compartments, but we're going to utilise the main big tray, the grand zone, and hopefully bring that to you a fantastic Christmas dinner. Right, so let's get going, Sharon. What's the first thing we need to do?
We're going to get the turkey ready.
Right, let's get that going. Now, normally we would go to our local butchers, but because we're up in Scotland at the moment on a journey to see our daughter, you've had to go where to get this?
I had to go to Asda because I couldn't find the rolled crown that I usually get, so I've had to buy a frozen one, which is now thawed out.
Yep, so this is a crown. This come in at about £13, Sharon, didn't it?
15, it was £15 in Asda.
So it's the actual turkey. It looks like it's got stuffing already in it.
Yeah.
There's some bacon on it. There's loads of fluid in there, which we're going to have to tip away and get rid of. So let's just get rid of that.
I'm actually not going to keep it in this, so I'm going to put it actually on this mat, the turkey, because we want to stick the probe in.
Right, okay, so just get it out. Are we going to be cooking it in this though?
Not in that, no.
No, we're going to be utilising the grand zone.
Because I want it all in its own juices.
Right, okay, so this is it. It looks a bit sorry for itself, I must say.
It does, doesn't it?
But as I say, you're not in our normal butchers.
Doesn't look very appetising at the moment.
But it will be by the time we finish, Sharon. Right, now we've also got from Cosori, we got the
thermometer.
The smart thermometer. Now this thing here, I can say we've never used this before. Cosori actually sent us this as well, and we have used it, and it works off the V-Sync app, just like the main Cosori. And this is hit here. So how are we going to set this up then? I'm
literally going to put it in. I'm going to let it know we're going to be doing a turkey, and then it should say roughly how we want it doing. Right,
now this thing comes in its little docking station, which we just removed like that, and that takes is it a AAA or AA battery, Sharon?
AA.
AA battery, and it's got actually two temperature probes on this. One is the main probe, which sticks into the meat or whatever, and you've also got this little end sensor there, which measures the ambient temperature in your air fryer as well. And that's shown, but if I hold the end of that one, for example, you can see that one's starting to go up, the main one. And this one down here is the little ambient one, so if I put a finger over that and start rubbing it, you should see that start to rise as well now. There we go, so that's going up now, as you can see there.
So what we're going to do, we're going to go onto this and press set up cooking.
Right.
And we're going to look for our meat.
So down there we've got a whole list of meats there.
Turkey.
We're going to go turkey, and it should say turkey crown or something there.
Oh, boneless, that's the one we want.
That's the one, can you see that, folks? So we click on that, it gives you a temperature range, fully cooked is 74 degrees centigrade there. Right. So that's what we're going to be aiming for. So you'll stick that into the middle of the turkey.
But I don't want it I don't want it going in the stuffing.
No,
I want it in the meat.
Into the fleshy part, into the middle there, sort of thing.
Right.
Merry Christmas, babe.
Just washing my hands. I'm going to bring the drawer over to me because of them juices there.
Right. So let me do that to you. Hold on, bear with me. So this is the Cosori TwinFry, which we're going to be using. It's a large 10-litre air fryer. It does come with crisper trays in there, one there and one there, and a divider down the centre. We've actually removed them at the moment because we want to use that grand zone to cook a few other things in as well. But we just want to get this turkey in at the moment. And then we'll just take that over to our air fryer, put it in, and we're just going to get that cooking. So we press start, we're going to go grand zone, we're going to take the temperature down to 180 degrees centigrade, and we're going to put that on for about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And then press the start button. There's no preheating needed. And that now will do its stuff, and we can monitor that just by looking at the temperature here. That's the ambient temperature, as I said to you, and that is the actual internal temperature of the meat. So this would start to go up now because the hot air is now going to start blowing down and cooking the meat inside.
And also, on this app, which is really good, it will tell you when it works out how long it will be before it's ready. So you can then work out the rest of your food that you're going to be doing.
Yeah. So there you go. That's that probe. That's the Cosori smart temperature probe using the app now. It takes all the guesswork out of what's happening inside the meat. Right, so what else do we need to be getting on with now?
Right, we've got our vegetables, which I've prepared. I've done some swede and onion here, which we're going to cook through.
Okay.
And I'm going to parboil these potatoes, parsnips and carrots.
Right, so we're just going to heat them up, parboil them, and they will be finished off in the air fryer. Now we know exactly by your app there.
There we go.
Already you can see the external temperature in the air fryer is up to about 45 degrees centigrade, and the meat hasn't started really cooking yet.
In fact, it tells you how far it'll be when it's done. Follow the orange circle going around as well.
You can see that line there, folks. It'll go right the way around to up to there. We ain't got to open that drawer until we put stuff in. How about that? Right, okay, Shao, let's have a look at the app. What's it told us?
Oh, look.
The app's coming up saying we've got 27 minutes remaining till it anticipates it being cooked. The internal temperature of the meat now is 24 degrees centigrade, and the ambient temperature around the meat itself in the air fryer is 154 degrees centigrade. So although it's set on 180, it's actually not using all the wattage it needs to cook. So it will cook within the time hopefully specified there. That's our main thing there, that when that gets round to the 70 degrees. So you've been parboiling the potatoes.
Yes.
So let's have a little look at them, see how they're going on. So what are you going to do now, baby?
Actually, I'm going to stick the swede on now as well.
Yep.
Because that sort of got me into gear.
So we've been sitting indoors.
We was having a coffee.
Watching telly in the other room. So we knew exactly what the meat was doing, but we thought we'd just show you that on that app, which is the VSync app as well. You can get it from the iOS store or the Play store, depending if you've got an Android or an Apple phone. So that is a free download as well. We're also going to be using goose fat to cook the roast potatoes in. Here we go with the pigs in blankets. These sausages are basically pork sausages with streaky bacon wrapped around them. So we're starting to get stuff out now. You made these stuffing balls the other day, Sharon, didn't you? And it's just Paxo
and water.
And water. That's all it was there. So they're done, ready to go in at the last minute. We haven't made the Yorkshire pudding batter yet.
Oh, we can do that in a minute actually. And also you'll notice there's no real vegetables here because I've just got frozen veg.
Yep.
And when I finish with the pot for the potatoes, I will then get the frozen veg out.
There we go. So we're just going to parboil them for a little bit longer. And as I say, everything's working and it's all going at a nice steady pace. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know about the Cosori Dual Blaze TwinFry Airfryer, it is a 10 litre air fryer, 2 5-litre compartments. You've got the dual blaze technology in this one, which means you've got heating elements at the top and also heating elements at the bottom, so you get an overall cook. And that comes in handy if you do like baking and stuff like that, or making pastries and stuff like that. So it's really handy having them lower elements to help you out doing that. You have got no preheat, no shake on this because of the elements set up, so you should get an even cook. Although we do tend to shake stuff as well, Sharon, don't we?
Should we have a peek?
Go on, let's have a little quick look inside. There we go. And as you can see, there's the probe there, folks, doing its job. Looking absolutely lovely there.
And do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a bit of goose fat on it.
Right, you do that.
Hold on, there it is. Perhaps some more.
Oh, a little tip, Shao. Let me get a knife for you, right there. If you can never undo it, let me show you. If it's too tight for you, this is for all you people without a firm grip. If you just give a tap around the edge, turn it around the other side. There you go, now try it. Look how easy that come off. You break the seal basically, that's all that is. That's a vacuum seal there. And another thing as well, if you're ever buying stuff in shops, in a jar, always press the bottom down. Can you hear that clicking noise? That means the seal has been broken and it's possibly been opened. Before I tap that, that would have been solid, there would have been no press in there. But that means it's been opened, so if you see one on the shelf, just give it a little press. If it makes that noise, you don't want to be buying that one because it's been opened. Anyway, 2 little tips there, Shao.
Tippy tippies.
So this is your goose fat. Let me just open that drawer for you. Oh, look at that. Because we're going to be using this tray afterwards to cook the roast potatoes in.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that there's no juices.
Yeah. Well, a turkey's a very lean mince anyway, isn't it? So that's the reason for that, Sharon.
Not lean mince, lovely meat.
Turkey's a very lean meat, that's right. The only fat you've got on there is from the little bits of streaky bacon on the top there. So in she goes again. Just let that carry on cooking. Everything's in order. And this dinner is going to be feeding 3 adults
6
and 3 children. So that's what we're looking at here. Normally when we've done it in the other air fryers before, because you've got limited compartments, you couldn't get a large joint in there. Although that's not the largest, is it?
No. And at Christmas, I'm cooking for a lot more than this, so...
And not only that, Shal, if you're doing 2 meats, which we normally do, don't we?
We do.
You would get the 2 meats in there as well.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to the end of them cooking, you can take them out and let them rest, and then you can put your potatoes in and your Yorkshire puddings, your roasted vegetables as well. And because it's such a vast area, that ground zone, it's 10 litre capacity there, so it's definitely bigger than the 2 smaller compartments as well. Anyway, let's carry on cooking, getting things ready, and then we'll come back to you in a minute. Right, so we're going to do the Yorkshire pudding batter now, Sharon.
Yep.
Now, this is a very simple way of doing it, easy to remember, and it's governed by the size of, or the quantity of eggs that you're using.
Yes.
So, explain to them what we're going to do.
We're just going to crack these eggs into the glass.
Right, so we're using probably 4 eggs in this Yorkshire pudding mix. And when you do this, you want the glass, you want 2 glasses, didn't you?
The same.
Both exactly the same glasses, so you get your measurements correctly. The ingredients for the Yorkshire pudding batter is eggs, flour and milk. As you can see on this glass here, folks, the eggs come up to that level there. Now with our spare glass, we're going to fill the flour up until it reaches the same measurement as the eggs that we're going to be using. So as you can see, there is the same level as the eggs. So that's the flour, and that's plain flour, by the way.
Yeah.
So you tip your plain flour into your bowl, and the next measurement you want is milk. So we've still got our eggs there, as you can see. We now take the milk up to the same level as the eggs as well. Keep going, keep going, keep going. That'll do you. As you can see, all levels are the same as the eggs. Now that is basically it, Sharon, isn't it?
That's it, give
that
it a good
mix.
beating.
Whack your eggs in as well. Just add a pinch of salt. And literally just whisk that all together and then let it stand for probably 15 minutes, and that batter mix, Shal, will be perfect every time.
Fingers crossed.
Happy days. Right, so these little tubs here are going to be for our Yorkshire pudding. Now you may remember we did a Frey Bentost test the other week or last week, but this time we kept the tins because apparently they make great Yorkshire pudding tins, yeah. Sharon.
And I've just put some goose fat in ready.
Right, there you go. So they're ready to go. Pigs in blankets are done. They're done. We're just waiting for that to parboil a little bit more. We haven't turned the swede on yet, and the onions, because that's going to be mashed down afterwards now. And literally all it is green veg, which is still in the freezer.
Yeah. Oh, I think when that one just broke because I put a knife in. So.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. So all we're going to do now is just switch that off.
Which is...
And then we're going to strain it out and then let them dry for a bit, Sharon. Here we go. And we've got the colander here, so we're just going to tip them out through the colander. Oh, hello, look. And there we go. So we'll just let them dry off, and then we'll give them a little bit of a shake up, fluff them up a little bit before we actually tip them straight into the air fryer around the turkey. Oh, lovely, look at that, look. Now what we could do, Shal, is to cover the turkey up with a bit of silver foil.
Yeah, let's get that out ready.
Just because the bacon on top is actually browning off and we don't want that to go any browner. There we go, just put that on there. Because what we're going to do now is just literally cover it up. Like that. It's hot, wasn't it?
There we go.
There we go, just covered it up. Because we don't want that top to brown off anymore. So we'll just give it a little bit of more agitation and then literally throw that veg all the way around. There we go. In there like that.
A bit more goose fat.
And we'll work on a bit more goose fat on us, yeah? Because we're going to be tossing them around in there after a while.
Yeah, once the turkey comes out, I can give them a good toss.
There you go.
And season them.
There you go. Right, so that can go back in. There we go, just like that. And we can carry on cooking, knowing that that turkey bacon on the top of the turkey isn't going to burn anymore. The inside will still cook, and that's all we wanted to do. Just stop that top from burning off, because bacon cooks a lot thinner. Because it's a lot thinner, you see, There we go. So Sharon's going to put the
Swede on.
the Swede on with the onions. That will be mashed up with a little bit of butter in it, Sharon, a bit later.
Yeah, just going to clear up a bit and then get the veg out.
But as you can see, everything's under control.
Yes.
Okay, Sharon's just been to the freezer, and we've got some green veg which we're going to do now. We just tip a load of that in there. That's your broccoli and cauliflower. We've got some cabbage there as well, which will all go in. And also, we've got some garden peas there. There we go.
I cannot believe I forgot Brussels sprouts, my favourite.
Never mind. So plenty of them in there. And just top that up with some water. And then that can go on. And go on a low light. And that can boil away. Happy days. That's the beauty of having the frozen one, Sharon, because you don't get no wastage, do you? Because that can now go straight back into the freezer for the next time. Whereas if we would have had the fresh stuff, you either use it, put it back in the fridge for a day or so, and then it starts to go off. So there you go. And we can check the app again, Sharon.
Let's have a look at that up on my phone.
And let's have a look. The temperature of the meat in the centre is up to 54 degrees now. And again, the ambient temperature around the outside has dropped down to 128 degrees centigrade. Because we've had the door open, that's right.
Yeah.
So that's why you can see exactly what's happening with that app. Amazing.
It's great.
It takes the guesswork out of it, doesn't it?
Fantastic little thing.
Right, okay, so it's saying 15 minutes still left to go. We're up to 54 degrees. Let's have a little test shower, see what they're looking like. Oh, they're browning up lovely, aren't they?
Yeah, I get them turning that goose
That's
fat.
it, get them in that goose fat, Sharon. Look at that. Look how they're browning up, folks, look. It's that lovely goose fat, Sharon, that gives them a lovely flavour.
Yes, it does.
So we're happy with them. And as you can see, covering that up, folks, was the right thing to do, because that bacon on top would have gone all sort of dark and very, very crispy, which is not really what we wanted, is it?
No.
Right, so, have a look over here, recap. The large cauldron of veg is on.
There we go.
And coming down now, that's just bubbling up nicely. The
Swede
and onions probably can be turned down now, do you reckon?
I'm going to have a feel, because Swede does take
It's quite a firm thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still quite
But you've
firm.
chopped it up quite small as well, haven't you? So that's good that you've done that. Everything's on schedule, everything's nicely organised. And still, we've only just used the one large Cosori TwinFry Airfryer, Sharon.
Yeah.
How about that? Okay, we've found out a little bit more. This case, Shao, is an indicator of if the thermostat is actually working and signal is getting to it, because that was flashing red while we had this right over there. It was sitting behind the jar over there, and I don't think it was making a connection. And a message flashed up saying that it was disconnected. So all we done, we picked this up and we put it basically on the air fryer like that. And as you can see, it started flashing green again now. And it's showing now that we've got 66 degrees, nearly up to the 70 degrees for the turkey. We've got 12 minutes left, so it says there, and we're cooking at 160 degrees centigrade. So keep an eye on that flashing light. If it flashes red, then your
just jumped up to 67. So as soon as that's done, I'm taking that turkey out, putting it over there to rest.
Yep.
Pigs in blankets are going in with the potatoes.
Yeah, brilliant.
And the stuffing, so I can get it all in.
Yeah. Right, we're coming up to time now, folks. As you can see, we put that on for 45 minutes, and it's up to 70 degrees where we need to be, but we want to be at 74 degrees. So what we're going to do is to get that extra 4 degrees. That's the beauty of no guesswork now. We can just increase that by another few minutes on there until that reaches the desired temperature, and we've not had to guess anything, Sharon.
No, we haven't, no.
And we can have a quick look inside it just to have a look. Let's have a look at how them potatoes are.
I might have to get them out.
Oh, look, give them another turn, shall we?
Need to get the pigs in blankets in.
Yeah, well, just give them a bit more of a turn. This will be their final turn now. And we're getting very near now to getting the pigs in blankets in.
Oh, it's telling us to remove the food to rest.
Oh, it's done?
Yeah, look.
Oh, look at that. And that's what it does, folks.
There
look.
we go.
So out she comes. Let's bring that over to here.
I've got the board out ready.
There you go. So Sharon's going to take a chance and put that on the board. And now she's going to put the pigs in blankets in.
Move them along.
Look at them roasters, look at them. Oh, they're lovely, aren't they? All in that lovely goose fat there, look.
Right, let's get them.
So they can go in. And this is the beauty of the Grand Zone. You're seeing it in full action here now, folks. We've just done the main meat, which is now going to rest. These pigs and blankets are going to probably take between 12 and 15 minutes. That veg will be coming out soon, and then the stuffing balls and also the Yorkshire puddings will be going in. And everything's going tickety-boo. How about that? Right, in she goes. Beautiful. So we're going to go for 180. We're going to go on the Grand Zone again. Leave it on 200 now. And we're going to go 15 minutes for them pigs in blankets.
And we will be getting out them roasties very shortly.
They'll be coming out before that, that's right.
And then I will try and get these in as well.
Yeah. Now, while that's resting there, now if we wanted to now, this is where it's better to have a second air fryer.
Yeah.
Because you can just put the stuff in to keep warm. Because most of the Cosori range definitely have got a keep warm function as well. So we might be calling into action now, although all the cooking's been done in the twin fry. Sitting right next to us here is our second Cosori, which we can put them potatoes in.
Yeah, I think we will. I'll get the...
And then they can just sit in there. And we'll take the crisper tray out. We don't need them in there at all, so that can come out of there. And literally just transfer them roast potatoes and carrots into our second container. That can go in there. I'll just turn that one on like that. And on number 2, the right hand side one, I'm just going to press the reheat function, but take that right the way down, just down to...
Take your preheat and shake off as well.
Just down to 55 degrees C. I don't need the preheat on, I don't need the shake on. I'm just going to leave that on like that. And there we go.
And I'm just going to stick these in now as well. As soon as they're done, the sausages should be nearly done and the Yorkshire puddings can go in.
So there we go, turkey's now resting, and you can still see we've left the probe in there, sticking in there. As you can see, the temperature is still up to 72 degrees there, so that's resting perfectly there. The veg is nearly done, pigs in blankets and the stuffing balls are virtually ready.
Yeah.
And then we're going to do the final thing, which is put our 2 Yorkshire pudding tins into the air fryer, and that's the final thing that needs cooking in there. Our potatoes and carrots are sitting there, all keeping warm in there. Whereas before we had one air fryer, you used to have to use the large oven going back a few years, wasn't it? Back 2 or 3 years ago, we used to have to turn the main oven on. Here, as you can see, the main oven has not been used at all. Just by these 2 little areas here, which is nice worktop height, no bending down, no straining your back, and of course, being the Cosori range, simple to use as well.
And easy to clean.
And easy to clean, and this is a game changer for knowing when your meat is cooked in the centre. Yeah. Right, okay, Sharon's just going to drain the swede now and the onions, because we're going to be mashing that with a little bit of butter, and that can then sit with a bit of silver foil over the top of it in its bowl, ready to be served. And don't forget, we're working in a totally strange kitchen here, Shell.
I know. Cinderella's sitting in the front room with her feet up, having a glass of gin and eating chocolates.
Unbelievable. There we go. And that steam coming off that just lets it dry out a little bit as well. So we're using the Kerrygold butter there, Sharon.
Yes, we are.
And we just put a nice big knob of that in there. Can't beat too much of that, it's lovely. And then we'll just mash that in with some salt and pepper. I'll get that for you.
Oh, thank you.
So let's just put some salt and pepper in here, baby. This is ground black pepper. And in with some lovely Himalayan pink salt. Plenty of seasoning. There you go. And that'll be mashed down, put into a bowl with silver foil over the top of it. Ready to be placed onto the table. Okay, Shout, let's pull these out. And as you can see there, people, the sausages are cooking down lovely. Where's the tool for it? Oh. I'm just going to give them sausages a little turn over. You don't necessarily have to do this, but it's something which we enjoy doing. And it just crisps the top a little bit more because of that fan blowing directly down on top of it. So there you go, that's that. I'm also going to turn over the stuffing balls just to stop the tops from drying out with the fan. Right, so they can go back in. And they've got about another 8 minutes to go and they should be done. Okay, so let's have a look. Look, I think our stuffing balls are already done, Sharon. There we go, so we can put them in the keep warm functional on the second air fryer. Very nice indeed. And now we can put the 2 tins. So we're just going to plonk these tins in there now. There we go, so all the tins are in there. Pigs in blankets, that can now go in. And we should then be able to do the batter.
Yeah.
And then we'll drain that using the water from that to make our gravy.
We've got nice turkey gravy granules.
There you go. Let's just have a look at the meat, shall I? Put the thermometer on, see what the temperature's coming up with inside now. It's still 72 degrees in the middle, look at that. That's the beauty of putting that silver foil over, Shell.
Yeah.
It holds the temperature, doesn't it?
It sure does.
Right, we're very near the time for getting out the pigs in blankets. 5 seconds to go. Just pull that forward, there we go, they're done. And we're just going to plonk them into our second air fryer there, just to keep them warm as well. And that leaves us with just the Yorkshire puddings to do, because that batter now is going to go into that hot oil and that will cook a treat there. How about that? Fantastic. There we go. That's going to go in there, back in there. You're just going to raise the temperature now, aren't you, to 205 degrees and put them on for about 12 minutes, 13 minutes. There we go. Mind your hands. There we go. One in there. One in there, and you've got a bit of extras there as well, haven't you?
They should rise well, hopefully. Get them in as quick as possible.
There we go. Leave them to do their thing for the next 12 minutes. We won't be opening the door on them. All that's left to do now, Shal, is to carve the turkey, which I'll do in a second. And we're now going to do the gravy by using the cooking water for the green veg. So we're just going to use gravy granules, no measuring here. It's all down to experience, Shal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, here we go. So let's pour that liquor in there. For a lovely drop of gravy.
Gravy?
Lovely drop of gravy, Sharon. And the rest of the veg, I'll just take that lid off. Very hot, that. Over there.
Is that enough gravy in there, you reckon?
Yeah, well, we can always top it up with hot water, can't we? There's only a little bit of water left, and all I'll do is just drain that veg there, which is piping hot, as you can see, folks. And just let that drain out like that. That can go back over there. We'll just give that gravy a stir. And if needed to be, we'll put the kettle on and just add a drop more hot water to it. Right, all the food's in the table, they're waiting for their grub shout. The last thing is the Yorkshire puddings, so we're just going to take these out now. Right, we'll get these out, folks, and then we'll dish everything up together. And here we are. Everyone apart from one of them is around the table. George isn't here, but that's our spread, folks. A lovely Christmas dinner there, all cooked in the main Cosori TwinFry dual blaze air fry, Tracy. How lovely is that? Let's have a closer look at it, folks. Coming in, help yourselves. Get stuck in. Well, while they're tucking in, folks, we'd just like to thank Cosori for sponsoring this video. And as you can see, most of the roast cooking, or virtually all the roast cooking, was done in the Cosori TwinFry dual blaze. There will be some links below this video, folks, if you're interested in getting the best stills they've done this year. Not only for this, you've got the Turbo Blaze as well, and other ones in the Cosori range as well. And I'll also leave a link below for the Cosori Smart Thermometer as well. We're going to let these enjoy their Christmas dinner, and we'll see you in the next video. And until then, bye for now.
Bye bye.